EA Sports just released a dedicated career mode update on FC26. This is one of the biggest things that has happened to this game mode ever. But that is still not the biggest news of this week, because EA Sports has just announced a big new game mode that's gonna completely change the game. It's coming, guys, and I will talk more about it at the end of this video. You are about to watch the highlights of 3 matches that I played right after this update. I'm using teams against opponents with a pretty similar rating, and the most important thing you have to remember is that this is all on world class and authentic gameplay. But that first part, world class, is really key, because that is obviously a difficulty you should be able to beat if you are a little bit experienced on this game. It shouldn't be a problem even if you are using a lower rated team against your opponent. So that is one of the things that I found most interesting about this update. Just stay tuned, guys, and you're gonna be seeing what happens. But let me talk a little bit about this statement released by EA Sports. So this update dedicated to career mode has been driven by the community feedback, with a main focus on improving how CPU opponents read the game and react under pressure. The update touches on how the CPU approaches passes, movement, and defensive switching core behaviors that shape the rhythm of each match. So if you play on authentic or competitive settings, you can expect smarter positioning, quicker transitions when facing computer-controlled opponents. So pretty much for years, career mode players have been voicing frustrations about static or very predictable AI behavior. So this patch directly addresses that concern by overhauling how the CPU players anticipate space and adjust off the ball. The goal with this update, guys, is to reduce robotic sequences and force human players to stay alert across all difficulty levels. I know that was a lot of words in one go, so let me try to summarize it a little bit slower. Pretty much the CPU opponents will make faster and smarter passing decisions. The dribbling has been improved with sharper turns and less idle movement. This is for the CPU once again. And the defensive awareness has been enhanced with quicker player switching. So in my opinion, for many years, people might have complained that the game is too easy, even at the legendary or ultimate difficulty. So what I think EA wants to do with this update is pretty much to raise the difficulty. And obviously, as you might be noticing from the gameplay by now, the speed of it is ridiculous compared to what it was before. This is on authentic gameplay, by the way, with, I believe, dynamic sliders. So, it's never really supposed to be this fast, especially on world-class difficulty. And this is where I get a little bit of concern, because, of course, every single team that I played against, which was good opponents in this video, was playing like 2015 Prime Barcelona, and this is what loads of other people also experienced. And my concern is that, will every single opponent play this fast? Like, let's say you play against a 3-star rated team, it makes no sense if they are playing beautiful, fantastic, quick football. That is my concern. That is why I have to, play a little bit more games to make a final decision about it. But the gameplay speed, guys, has been really increased. And if you obviously do not like that, you can go ahead and adjust the sliders a little bit. And at the end of the day, it is all about how you want the gameplay to be. That's what's so great when we have all of these new settings and also new sliders as well. I recommend to, just adjust them up a little bit, test out a few games, and then you will find out what works for you. Because trust me, even after this update, I will be making a few adjustments. There was a few things that I didn't like, but also a few things which I really enjoyed. But of course, this update is all about the CPU behavior, positioning, all of that. People have indeed given feedback that the fullbacks or the wingbacks as well now behave more similar to what they would do in real life. For example, going way further up the pitch. And of course, you also have to remember that EA Sports are still taking feedback about career mode. They literally mention on their website that you should keep relieving feedback in the portal that they have put up on their website, so they can keep making improvements. And it's actually really nice to see that they are sort of delivering on their promises at the beginning of this year. You know, the fact that they're gonna listen to the community more than ever, these things. I wasn't sure if it was actually gonna happen because, you know, I feel like they say that every single year, but then they absolutely forget about career mode. But already this year we've had quite a few updates, and this one is a dedicated one. I literally cannot remember the last time career mode was cared about this much, so it is definitely a step in the right direction. But this is where things got tough for me. The second half in this Man City game against Dortmund. Just wait and see how the AI is gonna pass the ball. I've never seen anything like it, not even at the ultimate difficulty. It was really, really shocking, guys. Remember, you are watching world-class gameplay. Normally, I would win these games 5-0. As you can see here, though, in the youth game, I also played one of these. I got absolutely destroyed. And obviously, we are playing the Burnley Youth Academy here, and they were really acting like first-teamers, pretty much. So that is a slight concern that I've got, that even bad teams will be literally this good. But just look at these passes, guys. I honestly couldn't get anywhere near them. And trust me, that is not the last bit of gameplay that you're going to be watching. Here we also have this game, Real Madrid against Liverpool. I had a very poor first half, but then in the second, we got going a little bit. Nice over the top there. Good run by Mohamed Salah, and that is a nice finish in the top corner. Now, something that I'm really looking forward to finding out is how this update affects player career mode as well. I've obviously got a very successful series going on, being a goalkeeper, where you are just using one player, and then the rest of your team is obviously controlled by the AI. I am hoping that the decision making is even better, because at the start of this year, you would maybe see one goal a game if you were lucky, a couple of chances, but overall the whole gameplay unauthentic, even with sliders by the way, was so slow, to a point where it was incredibly boring and very unrealistic. I feel like since they released the last update, it's actually gotten a little bit better, but there is still some way to go. So hopefully player career will be feeling different. Stay tuned for my next episode of my Be a Goalkeeper series. I am really looking forward to finding out how this update will now be affecting player career mode, and yeah, I'm gonna be recording that one later today. But look at this scoreline, guys. I mean, we got loads of goals in some of these matches. Here we go, Wirtz over to McAllister, and you know, I was trying to break down this Real Madrid team. We got a free kick, which was nice, and of course Szoboszlai will be stepping up. What a game he had yesterday in the UCL, but what a save as well from Courtois, who was also just as good as Szoboszlai. But here we go into the Youth Academy game as well. Some nice skill moves. And you're about to watch a bit of a mistake here from the keeper. Literally passed it straight to me. So, of course, this is world-class difficulty. They are able to make a few mistakes, which I did notice a couple of times in this gameplay. But I mean, have you ever seen them moving like this before, guys? Absolutely shocking stuff. And Dortmund are about to make a comeback on me as well. I thought that after the first half 3-0 lead, we were absolutely guaranteed this victory. But here we go again. McAllister over to Florian Wirtz. Hooking a little bit here. Past a couple of players maybe. Szoboszlai, and then come on, Graven Wirtz with the shots. And yeah, that is a pretty simple save actually from Courtois. This game wasn't as entertaining as the others because I was playing in the snow, and it was really, really affecting the gameplay a lot. You know, you can see the ball sliding everywhere, and it's just difficult to pass and play beautiful football when you play with the real weather effects on, especially when it is on snow. I really miss how they had the snow effects just a couple of years ago. It looked really next-gen, but now for some reason it looks really, really bad this year. So that is something I'm quite annoyed about, to bring back the older snow in my opinion. But look at this goal from Wirtz. That is unbelievable. A nice Ronaldo chop past Trent, and then I believe he does have this finesse shot plus playstyle as well. Really nice celebration, but we have to take a look at this replay, guys. Absolutely unbelievable. Edge of the box, looking like prime Philippe Coutinho. But let me go through a couple of things, guys, once again about this update, which has been changed. Basically, the CPU AI will now aim to look for passes more often and make quicker decisions about them. You're gonna be seeing that many times in this gameplay, guys, that the decision making is crazy fast. I could not keep up. I couldn't get anywhere near them, to be honest, when they started locking in. The dribbling is more effective as well, with sharper turns, less straightforward movement, and less dwelling on the ball. So basically, they're trying to remove the robotic movement, I guess, sometimes, which could occur with the AI. So I guess a smoother overall experience is what they're trying to go for. And of course, we have some defensive adjustments as well, like for example switching players in defense more often in situations where trailing the runner is not beneficial. So I guess smarter decision making in defense, especially when you are being attacked. But guys, let me know what you think about it. Of course, in the comment section, please write what you think about this dedicated career mode updates. We are getting close to the end of these matches, and I thought I was gonna get a result here against Real Madrid, and then Vinicius came up with that kind of similar goal as I scored with Florian Wirtz just a few minutes ago. But we have another chance here in the Youth Academy game. This is the one that I struggle with the most. I mean, look at the scoreline. Absolutely embarrassing. I cannot even believe that I'm showing this, obviously, when it is world-class difficulty as well. And I really didn't want Dortmund to make a comeback after being 3-0 down, so I just went with the tackle. We're gonna have to wait and see how they deal with this free kick. But look at this goal from Real Madrid. Once again, I'm stressing that this is world-class. You know, that is 2 difficulties below ultimate. And this is also on the authentic gameplay. They were moving absolutely crazy. Never seen anything like it. So I can only imagine what the ultimate difficulty is like right now, guys. Please let me know in the comment section. I guess we will find out tomorrow when I record the next episode of To Be a Goalkeeper. Maybe the CPU is gonna tear me apart and score plenty of goals every single game. We will have to wait and see. But a beautiful goal here though from Harry Kane, even in the snow. I was very happy about this one, you know, slippery gameplay and all of that. So I'm gonna be a bit shameless showing a couple of angles, but a beautiful ending to this game here with Bayern. We ended up getting the victory, at least in that one, with a cold celebration by Kane. Let's see if I can also get the win against Dortmund. And yes, Donnarumma makes the save and the referee blows the whistle. So I lost 1 game against Real Madrid and then I won 2 others, but maybe Real Madrid is just simply too good, guys. Anyway, let's get into this new game mode, which EA Sports have just announced. I've talked a little bit about it before, but we have more information than ever. And yeah, it is actually happening for real. So let's get into it, guys. Do you remember in the summertime when EA Sports had a press conference announcing a new game mode, basically a new way to play EAFC games? This is an open world mode which has been in development for a long time. There was a couple of rumors that we could be seeing a little bit of it in FC26, but it is now confirmed that it is not going to happen. When we can expect it though is FC27 and FC28, somewhere around that. Let me talk a little bit more about it because we have more details, guys. Of course, this is not really a big surprise that it is inspired by the NBA neighborhood mode, and I have made videos about this before, literally showing how this could be in FC27. Of course, the NBA has had this for quite a few years now, and this is also a way for, I guess, EA Sports to make even more money on microtransactions. That is a bit of a worry that I have, sort of similar to Skate, I guess, as well, that you can, you know, decide if you want to do it without paying any money. Hopefully you can get some nice rewards and stuff for free. But if you want to, you can go ahead and get some skins, you know, better clothing, all of this, and you can make even more money. So hopefully that is not going to be too crazy with the microtransactions, but it is going to be another way for EA Sports to get a little bit more money as well. But this is obviously a brand new thing, nothing we have ever seen before. And why is it happening now? Well, it is basically because of GTA 6, guys. That is my theory behind it. You know, GTA 6, there has never been a game with this much hype ever, and EA Sports needs to do something new, because basically 90% of players will be going over to that game when it comes out. So EA Sports needs to do something here, something game-breaking, something we have never seen before, and this has kind of been building up for years. It started with Volta, you know, street football, or I guess it actually started with FIFA Street, but that is many years ago. Anyway, they brought out Volta, then they removed it, and they made Rush. Basically small-sided football games, and now we're gonna be getting this open world mode. So I guess they have been testing out Rush to see if this would work, because of course on NBA you play these basketball matches, you know, 3v3, 5v5. Would that work on football, you know, small-sided games like that? I guess it would, but I'm still not 100% sure if it's gonna be, you know, as enjoyable as 11-a-side games, guys. That is also a concern that I have about this, but please let me know in the comment section what you guys think about it. Anyway, the big reason why it's been talked about so much this week is because people are now playtesting it. Yes, loads of people, thousands of people have been invited. They have received emails, sort of like you do when you get the beta invite, to play this open world mode. And obviously it is not allowed to post any gameplay of it, but I'm sure that there is going to be loads of leaks on social media about this mode. So it is confirmed, guys, it is happening. The release is for FC27 or FC28, but I think they want to try to push this as quick as possible so that they can rescue some people back who goes over to GTA 6 when that comes out. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to something new, something fresh. This kind of reminds me of when we got the Journey game mode. That is also something I feel like kind of inspired this, because the Journey was pretty successful when they focused on that for those 3 years. And they also had a lot of like open world situations that I feel like could work well in this mode that is coming out. So please let me know some ideas in the comments, what you want to see in this open world, what are you expecting, and I will definitely make more videos about that in these next months as well, because now it is actually happening, guys, for real. EA are doing the first play tests, and you know, ever since we had that press conference in the summer where they announced the open world mode, things are moving fast, guys. So big week for EA this week, especially for the offline players as well, with this dedicated career mode update. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.